This is Claire with another episode of the encouragement for you today. In this episode, I'll mainly focus on the topic embracing the process. If you're like me, I love to see the end result, but I don't find it much more easier to put in the work that is needed to get to that end result. What do I mean by this? I'm a lover of coffee. I love drinking my coffee, and it's one of those things that I usually find to be relieving and to be like one of my me time activities. But then, when I know very well, for me to be able to get good coffee, it needs the process. I need to be patient and I need to wait for a while. But then I find it much more difficult, even though I went the extra mile and bought myself a coffee machine so that I can be able to make good coffee. I find it's much more easier going for an instant coffee that just needs me to boil some water, add in the coffee, voila, I have my coffee ready to drink. Of course, it's not as going to be as good as the coffee I would have gotten if I took a Kenyan or Ethiopian coffee and allowed it to brew for a while, and then after the whole process, I'll be able to get a much more stronger but also better tasting coffee. And I was wondering, the same happens with a lot of us in life. You find that it's much more easier to want to get the quicker way of doing things. You want to find that when we go to the supermarkets, we'll always love to cut the queue because it's quicker and easier to leave as soon as we came in. It's so easy to buy food that we just throw into the microwave, and within no time we are having our dinners. Of course, there is nothing wrong with instant meals. There is nothing wrong with food that we throw into the microwave or instant coffee or fast food or anything. However, anything that hasn't gone through the process, hasn't been tried enough, might not have that much longevity. When you're going through something, it seems like it's tempting and testing your faith. Always remind yourself, what is it that I'm learning in the process? What is it that life is teaching me as I'm going through this issue or the other? And when you're going through that process, it could be a molding process. It could be a process where something has got to go. It's not the most interesting or exciting place to be. It is not one of those places that you'll be happy to stay in for a long time. But then when you embrace the process, you get to a point that you learn what is patience. You learn perseverance. And at the end of it all, wherever that you end up with as an end result is much more better than what you had at the beginning. They say for you to end up with gold, it's refined through fire. When there comes times that seem to be difficult and tests that will test your faith, and it feels like you're going through a fiery furnace that is so hot and difficult to handle, always remind yourself one thing, that it is not the end. It is just a process, but out of it, I'm going to come out of it, refined and purified, more precious and more pure than gold. And so this week, just to encourage you, don't be rushing through the process. Embrace the process. Sometimes it can be painful. Yes, sometimes it can be difficult. Yes, sometimes it can be challenging. But then there is grace to make it through. Don't rush it. Don't go for an easy, quick fix and go for a shortcut and end up missing on this miracle there is ahead because of not wanting to go through the process. And so this week, I leave you with an encouragement. No matter how it feels like, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. It may seem difficult, as the Holy Book says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So when you're going through the process that seems to be full of pain and full of weeping, don't give up. Keep on going and keep on pressing. For surely there is a morning, and with the morning and after that process comes joy that endures. Until next time, this is Claire with the encouragement for you today.